twisted cord, wrap and turn, pick up and knit. Joey scarf.
Welcome to another episode of Joey's Scarf. My name is Lynda, and you can find me all over as Lyndagrace, and that's Lynda with a Y. Today is Saturday, September 25th, 2021, and I'm coming to you from Barnegat, New Jersey, and that is along the Jersey Shore, and it's a beautiful, beautiful fall day today. Blue skies and temperatures in the 70s and low humidity. Joey's Scarf is a knitting and crocheting and yarn podcast, and I am going to share some of my works in progress. I think I only have one work thing that I'm working on, and I have several finished objects, and I have some future plans, and I have some acquisitions and a little bit of footage from places we've been. So a couple of weeks ago we went to the New Jersey Sheep and Wool Festival. It's an it's a fiber arts festival, and also sheep and goats. It's a 4-H function, so kids who have raised these animals are showing them for prizes. But of course I like to look at the animals, but I was more interested in the yarn and the fiber and those things. So I'm going to show you some footage of that here. I didn't take a lot, just little clips here and there. It was very crowded. A lot of people came out. It was a little hesitancy walking in, not knowing whether to wear a mask or not. I would say about a third of the people were wearing masks. I put mine on. Ross put his on, but then decided to take it off. I don't know. I just didn't know what to do. Well, let me show you what the footage, and then I'll talk about it later.
First place Granja, second place Miller, third Granja.
Yeah, so it was so crowded that I didn't get to really shop too much, and Ross is not moving as quickly as he used to, so it was kind of hard for us to maneuver in and out of the very crowded booths. And it's kind of hard to shop at these festivals sometimes if you're going at the popular times. So I did make it into Chelsea Yarn's booth and got some beautiful things there, and I'll show you that later. But I was glad that we went. I wasn't sure, should we or shouldn't we, but it was nice to get out and to see everybody getting back into the swing of things. I'm recording obviously outside, and we live on the main drag here, and it is lots of cars going by all the time, so you're going to hear some car noise. So let me get moving with my finished objects. So Ross has decided to join me. Hi. And yeah, so he's going to be my background. So I made a couple of shawls. I might have been working on one the last episode, and I might have talked about this yarn that I have been hoarding for many years, and that's this alpaca, beautiful alpaca that I wasn't sure after 5 or 6 years what to do with, and then I discovered they make beautiful shawls. And this is very soft and luxurious. It's by Galler Yarns, and I'll put the information for this stuff either in the show notes or across the bottom. So I had a lot of this. The skeins come in like double skeins. So this is what I have left over, and I made 2 shawls out of this. Very similar looking shawls. But this one, I might have shown this last time, I don't know. But this is one of the shawls. I think I did show this. But it just, this yarn makes beautiful, beautiful shawls, drapey, and then I made, because I wanted to use up the yarn, so I made another one similar. And these patterns are just regular standard triangle shawl patterns. Nothing special, but I decided to stripe them and love the way they came out, and I'll put a picture of me wearing these so you can get an idea of what they look like. So I got 2 shawls out of three different skeins, but I have all of this left over. Okay, continuing on with my sock project, my 100 pair of shorty socks. And if you're new to the channel, that's my goal, is to make 100 pair of shorty socks. Okay, this is pair number 36. And I have these all posted on Instagram under the hashtag 100 pairs of shorties. So if you want to see all of them, they're here. This yarn, I think it's Knit Picks, but I held it double. It's their straw. I held it double, and it makes a very thick pair of socks. Very warm. And then this is, left over in my stash, the toes and heels. So that's number 36. Here's number 37. And I thought these would be nice fall or Halloween colors. Yeah. This yarn is Premier Yarns, the Debbie Norville collection. That's this. And then I held it double. And then for this and this, I paired just some, stuff that I had in my stash for this part, this and this. So again, this pattern is just a vanilla type pattern. For these, with the DK weight yarn, holding the 2 strands of sock yarn together, I am casting on 44 stitches for these on a size 0 needle. And that makes a good fit for me. It's top down, and I'm using magic loop. And then this is an afterthought heel. So here's number 36 and number 37. I guess that's it. I don't have any on the needles. I've been working on other things, but I'm moving along. Oh, more than a third of the way done. Okay, so I made a sweater, which I'm really happy with, I guess. It takes a long time to make sweaters, right? It's a lot of knitting. So this yarn is also Galler Yarns. They came out with merino, 100% merino wool, and I think this is DK weight. It's really soft and really beautiful. The pattern I used is from an app that you download, and it's called Belish, and I'll put it across the bottom. And it's an app that allows you to create an item, simple item, like a sweater, a very plain sweater, hat. I think they have gloves, and you plug in some parameters. Like for this one, I wanted to make a short sleeve sweater with raglan sleeves, a pullover, and this neckline, and I wanted it to be cropped. And I put in the yarn weight, which was DK, and after you select all of those, a pattern, the app creates a pattern, a very simple basic pattern to make the item that you want to make. So you can, whatever size, if you're knitting for a child, or they ask male or female, or all those questions. So I found the app to be very easy to use and very interesting. I did have one thing, I have to go back and look with the neckline. I wanted it to be a V neckline, and somehow that didn't come out quite a V neckline. And also, I think the bind off was a little tight getting over my head, so next time I will remember that. Also had a little issue, I don't know if it's visible anymore, with, I can't find it, so it must be hidden pretty well. Oh, here it is, I can see it. So this sleeve, and I know it's probably not noticeable, but maybe you can see it right here, is where I had to attach a new skein of yarn. And I just didn't do it very smoothly, but actually I went back after I picked up the stitches for the sleeve. Somebody suggested this, to go back once I have the stitches on the sleeve and just take the row out where the problem is and redo it. And that's what I did. So I dropped the stitches all the way down to where the problem was, and then I picked it back up, and really it pretty much repaired it pretty well. Still, I notice that it's there, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. A good thing. I always have a problem when I have to attach a new skein. I always have that problem, and I usually like to hide it, like if I'm attaching a skein, on the end, and for some reason this one came out to be in the middle. But I have some pictures of me wearing the sweater, and I'll put that in. But I'm really happy with the app and with the sweater. It's very nice and warm. And I wanted to wear it more or less over a tee, a long sleeve tee. So it came out very nice. And so I had leftover yarn, so I decided to make a hat with it also. And this is just a plain, again, vanilla hat. You know, the ribbing, 2x2 rib, and then I knit for like 9 inches from the cast on edge to where I start doing the shaping of the crown decrease. And I have notes on this on my Ravelry page if you want to see. And yeah, that's the hat. Keep my hair out of my face. So this is, as I said, also Gallery yarns, and it comes in, I think it's like double skein yarns. Lots of yardage for DK weight. I think it was like over 400 yards for this. And I still have this left over. I don't know if this would make maybe some fingerless gloves. This is really, really nice. Nice yarn. So that's all of my finished objects. Yeah. Okay. I think my audience is asleep back there. So, I think he's sleeping. I have one work in progress, and using this yarn by Chelsea Yarns. And Chelsea Looks, and it's a one-of-a-kind that I had in my stash, and it is, the color is Scottish Plaid. It's one of a kind, and it is fingering weight. And I thought the colors, fall colors, and the pattern is the Super Simple Sock Shawl by Purlbug. And I'll put this, a link to this on the bottom. And the colors I thought were great for fall, and it is super simple shawl pattern. Love the colors of this yarn. Yeah, so that's my one work in progress. Okay, so the only thing I bought at the Jersey Sheep and Wool Festival, I stopped at Chelsea Yarns booth, and I picked up this, which is, she calls this Luxe Cozy DK. And this color is Pinkaflage. And then the mohair to match. And I got enough to make a pattern that came out to use with this yarn. And it is that. And that's Christina from Chelsea Luxe Yarns. And the pattern is called Something Cozy. So that's the plan for this yarn. So I bought enough to make that. It uses 4 skeins of the DK and 2 skeins of the mohair. So I haven't started that yet. And we'll see. I might have another plan for this. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my really only yarn acquisition. Chelsea Yarns is also doing candles now. She's got a market called Chelsea Market. So I picked this up from her booth also. And this is a wax candle. They make it themselves, and it's lemon. This one is lemon pound cake. Smell. It smells just like lemon pound cake. Comes with a nice copper top. I haven't burned this one yet, but it smells delicious. Another plan I have is to make a cowl and mittens set from my friend Jan Swarbrick. She has a new design out. This is her new design, which I think is so pretty. It's a cowl and mittens. Beautiful. Love the yarn color she chose. And this is called the Harvest Sunset Cowl and Mittens. And the pattern is going to be released soon, beginning of October. I love that. I'm waiting for yarn to come. I chose like a cinnamon color that I ordered from Knit Picks. So I'm waiting anxiously for that to come, and that's what I'm going to cast on next. So that's it for everything, I think. Ross and I have had a few adventures. We live in, not like I said, near the Jersey Shore, but more specifically, we live in what is called the Pine Barrens. Obviously, lots of pine trees and forest and preserved areas. And so one day we were going, there's this restaurant that we like to eat at for breakfast, and it's called Lucille's. And Lucille's is in the heart of the Pine Barren area, which is sort of not like any other area in New Jersey, or what you would picture New Jersey to be. Very rural, and you almost feel like you're in Georgia or someplace down south. But they make the most delicious pancakes. It's a local joint, and so Ross and I go there, for breakfast a lot, just for the blueberry pancakes. So on the way the other day, I noticed this sign for a historic site called the Cedar Bridge Tavern. So I decided to go investigate. Let's go investigate and see what this is. And so we made the turn where the sign was, and we started going down this clay road with pines and forest trees just enveloping us because the road was very treacherous. There were huge potholes, but there was nowhere I could really turn around because the road was so narrow. So I decided we got to go to the end and see what this is about, right? When we went to the tavern, the historic site down that dirt road. Remember that the other day? And there is a tavern that has been there since, I don't know how old, probably dated. I'll have to remember, put that across. We finally got there, and I thought to myself as we were driving that it's a good place to hide some bodies in this area. So I'm going to put some footage of the drive-in and the tavern, and so you'll see some of that here. And I think that's it. We're getting some company later on. My brother and his fiance and my sister and her husband are going to come over for a little visit. My sister is up from Virginia, and so she's going to stop by, and maybe we'll have some cake and some coffee and visit for the rest of the afternoon.
We'd do something in the afternoon, you know, or we'd go to the water parks in the morning, and then we'd come back there and I'd shower, you know. Me and Ashley would shower, and then we would go do something in the afternoon. So 2 weeks later, right, 2.5 weeks later, I'm back at Disney World again.
Oh yeah, because we went with
Because
Jason.
I was with Jake.
And always.
So, did you like all this stuff?
Look at
Just to look at
yeah.
it.
I like the one with
This
the, yeah
one.
that one's really
Yeah.
pretty.
Cute.
Let me see.
There you go.
She's gonna put this on her podcast. I don't want to be on the podcast.
Yes, you have to be. So that's my little episode, number 54, I think it is. And hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you soon. Bye now.